This is called, poem was written as an elegy for the young Nebraska cheerleader who, whatever reason, climbed up to the top of the parking garage in downtown Lincoln about 3-4 months ago and threw herself off. It's called The Cheerleader Who Could Fly, an elegy. What were you thinking as you climbed out onto the precipice of the 5-tiered parking garage in downtown Lincoln? Did you have a horrendous fight with your boyfriend that put you into this situation? Was the heavy load of classes insufficient for an indwelling mind? You were in the position that every young girl dreams of and some of your classmates would kill for. A cheerleader at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, the epitome of beauty, grace, and athletics. Was it this avocation that somehow put you over the edge? Did you have to give too much of yourself to fulfill this vaulted ambition? Or was it something else entirely? Like Yeats when he wrote of the young Robert Gregory, shot down the last year of World War I in An Irish Airman Foresees His Death. Quote, a lonely impulse of delight drove to this tumult in the clouds, unquote. To fly without constraints of the confining body, for 1 second to stretch your rainbow wings, and in a brush of color, stay suspended in the air just a moment, that moment of ultimate freedom, more than enough to satisfy your love of this unmitigated soaring into the brisk autumn air. Then gravity taking hold as it must, you plummet like a stone to the ordinary earth so far below. All of this a culmination of everything your imagination could conceive, and those that witnessed this event were so blessed, so something truly miraculous, for an instant, a beautiful cheerleader who could fly.
Thank you.
Thank you. And as I said, I'll open it up to June, Delaney Park, Alaska. That morning, the rain was coming down in clear beads, necklaces without strings, jewels common men might give to their queens, while at the edge of a lake, a single doe stood close to a woman black in her grief. It was winter for the one in perpetual heat. Thank you.
Brad Anderson.
We got a couple poems? 2 poems?
2 poems, sure.
I mean, whatever you, is that our limit?
Mm-hmm.
700 words.
700.
You might have to pull the microphone up there.
We got the hook? Yeah.
How's this?
Well, you can do that.
Very good.
There you go.
All right, is that better? This is the first poem I wrote. The Devil Calls the Dance. Too many dance this devil. Too many know the steps. Too many loved ones suffer while the devil calls the dance. My love is spared the knowledge of her dance's final steps. I must suffer the knowing, and the devil calls the dance. Wondering, confused, lost, her world suddenly unknown. I reach out and take her hand, and the devil calls the dance. Day is night, night is day. Her mind can never rest. I move to match her cadence, and the devil calls the dance. Following where she leads, to a world I cannot know. Hand in hand I go with her, and the devil calls the dance. Her eyes see without knowing what once she knew is lost. Lovers now are strangers, and the devil calls the dance. Her hand in my hand, my arm around her waist. I am my lover's partner, while the devil calls the dance. This one's called Prairie Dance. Her voice is on the wind, the breeze her soft caress, her smile the summer sun, the stars shine in her eyes. She dances on the hilltop, a joyous prairie jig. Grass sprites leave to join her, fairies fill the air. They join their sister spirit in a jig beneath the moon. Birds raise up their song for these spirits of the dance. Elves take up their instruments, she plays the penny whistle. Frogs and crickets sound the rhythm as she dances to the beat. Stars give way to dawn as the music finally fades. Where dancers once made merry, only footprints now remain. Peace and solitude return, quiet beauty claims its place. Silence lowers its veil with the gentle morning dew. The radiance of her spirit pervades my solitude. In the wind across the hilltop, the silence calls her name. I walk amidst her memory to the tall grass and the dreams. I dream upon the hilltop of her spirit and her dance.